It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And normally in this spot we talk about passing numbers from last week, but this time it's all about the rushing. 3 times he found the end zone in his last ball game. He is a do-everything quarterback, and you have to expect we'll see him call his own number here as well.
Oh, good move. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. It's Hardy. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw here. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain. Still a ways to go, though. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. They'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, much less likely to draw the flag.
That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Well, it could have gone for more.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Coming out now, the Broncos.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Broncos in the hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. Fighting through pressure. Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game.
The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter play. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. A nice little juke. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back to throw now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan. Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's third down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Able to slither by.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right.
That pass is caught by Hardy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Breece Hall with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year as they have taken the lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That's now 15. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Eluding the pressure right. Gets past one man. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
This offense so far on third down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That pass was heavily defended on third down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the football understands his guys, doesn't he? Give them a chance, put it up there, and realize that even in a battle, they're more than likely to come down with the football.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Hall.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
The Broncos about set to go on offense.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
KJ Hamler, the intended receiver.
But it's going to be 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Oh, he shifts past him.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his target, Harris. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Give up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw.
That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They'll look to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Rodrigo Blankenship with an important one.
This to almost certainly win the football game.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute.
Well, this fan base on the losing side, Charles, they're going to be talking about this one for a while. They ultimately decided to try to come up with a touchdown on that last play when all they needed was the field goal to force overtime.
Yeah, and the reasoning behind it, that's what we're all waiting to hear, because sometimes there's things that we don't see on the surface. Did the coach feel like, if he tied the game, they couldn't go any farther, they had too many injuries? I'm not sure what was going on there, but I'm with you. I'm stunned they didn't try and kick the field goal there.
So for the Broncos, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
today. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos.
Broncos offense now set to go.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall.
A strong broken tackle on that one.
And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Hall again on 2nd down.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. They'll run with Hall.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Shakes off the... Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Devontae Wyatt providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge.
So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield. So the Broncos coming out now.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular. If they can bounce back at the quarterback position.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 2nd and 1. Steps away. And Thomas has it. And he'll be brought down at the 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Straight ahead is Hall. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left. And that will be incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And coming out now, the Broncos.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. It's hauled in by Hardy. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Breece Hall with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there.
He threw his 10th touchdown on the year last time they had it, and he'll look to keep it going here with a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Last time out, they had the fumble that led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either.
Now back to throw.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
24 yards the gain there. Another 1st down as well.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Eluding the pressure right.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And quickly they get to the line.
They'll give to Hall.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll look to throw. They juked him. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Ball again.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Breece Hall, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are back within a score. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. 2nd and 9 now. Flush to his right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Look at the big man rumble. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And his throw here's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll buy some time right.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there?
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile, being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. The Broncos about set to go on offense. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll drop to throw. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Flushed out right.
the 6-yard line. Touchdown. A great play there. 38 yards. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So the Broncos now down 28-21. At time. He'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
He's got Ayuk once again. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. He's back to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This to possibly force OT. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
It all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but partner, the defense was ready, able to force it to be incomplete. Ball game over.
Look, let's face it, everybody wants to work the ball in closer and take a more high percentage pass to try and tie the game. But the Hail Mary, that's what they had to work with. And now they're just hoping that their jumpers can get up higher and are stronger than the defenders. Not the case in this instance. They end up losing the game.
So for Baltimore, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.